A narrative previously presented by The Big Bang Theory in 2016 is ultimately revealed to viewers of young Sheldon's seventh season. Sheldon Cooper has always maintained that he witnessed his father, George, having an extramarital affair with his mother, Mary, completely changing their relationship and his father's image for the rest of his life. After being pulled away by a tornado, the Cooper family is reunited in young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 4, Ants on a Log and a Cheating Winker. The Big Bang Theory mentions George's adultery, and it is ultimately handled. When Sheldon caught his father having an affair, he told Penny in the first CBS comedy that it had a profound effect on their relationship. Accepting that the two never discussed it, he says that shortly after George passes away unexpectedly. A number of episodes featuring young Sheldon have alluded to a romantic relationship between Brenda, George, and his father. Fans were the only ones unhappy with the way the affair was being played for laughs when the truth about it was ultimately made public. Here we examine how young Sheldon handled Sheldon's terrible memories of his father betraying his mother and how it was handled differently from what was portrayed in The Big Bang Theory. We also discuss the reasons behind young Sheldon's revisions to the Big Bang Theory narrative. Sheldon returns home feeling abandoned after spending the summer with his mother in Germany. His partner and infant, along with his brother Georgie, have taken over his room at home. Now that there is a lodger in his school dorm, he feels as though his family has moved on without him. In Big Bang Theory, Sheldon clarifies to Penny that when he returns home from college, his father is in a precarious situation. According to a recent Little Sheldon episode, Little Cooper thinks his father is cheating because he confuses Mary for another lady. Sheldon is unaware that Mary is dressed in a traditional German outfit and wearing a wig. Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory recalled the incident, saying that when it happened, he and his father had locked eyes before he fled the room, and they never ever spoke of it. Sheldon never found out that George was with his mother and that it wasn't an affair since they never discussed it. In The Big Bang Theory, Ajahn Parsons plays an adult Sheldon who admits that this is the same occurrence he was telling Penny about. He says this experience explains why he knocks so many times before entering a room. Even while young Sheldon has experimented with canon previously, it has never strayed as much from the reality as adult Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. In other words, Sheldon always thought he had it, even though George never cheated on Mary. Although this turn of events keeps George as the show's hero, it also doesn't alter Sheldon's perception of what he witnessed when he was younger. Jim Parsons' portrayal of adult Sheldon never evoked strong feelings for his father, George Cooper. He was also an adulterous alcoholic, and he died long before the events of The Big Bang Theory. Young Sheldon fans have never understood this image because in the prequel, George seems to be a caring and devoted parent. When Sheldon became older, he rarely spoke well of his father. He remembered when his father had him watch football and when he taught him how to shoot a raccoon so close that it would sit itself. In addition, he shares tales about his father destroying things with a rifle in the house and losing his temper over his football team's defeat. An old VHS video with Sheldon's father delivering a motivational talk is discovered during an episode of The Big Bang Theory. He learns from Amy that certain memories may be observer relative. Fans have questioned if Sheldon's negative recollections of his father are a coping mechanism for his premature and abrupt death. Only George's impending death will be more terrible because of Sheldon's error in believing his father was having an affair. For tinkering with Sheldon Cooper's background, young Sheldon has come under fire on several occasions. The events of the prequel Young Sheldon frequently diverge from Sheldon's accounts of his early years on The Big Bang Theory. Despite their best efforts to uphold the canon, Chuck Lorre and his staff acknowledge that in order to keep the program entertaining, they occasionally need to change the narrative. Since Young Sheldon is a cheerful family sitcom centered around the Coopers, they must improve the Cooper family's likability beyond what Sheldon depicted in his novels. One possible explanation for the shift in the canon is that people's perceptions of their parents evolve as they become older and have children of their own, as explained by Lance Barber, who plays George Cooper on Young Sheldon. The drunkenness and constant bullying of Sheldon's father are not included in Young Sheldon, as are many of Sheldon's darkest stories. The prequel presents George, his father, in a far more favorable light. Such a character like George, as portrayed by adult Sheldon, was just unfit for a lighthearted family comedy. Many characters were altered to become more fully realized and to better suit young Sheldon's benign tone. It is implied that his sister is intelligent and driven, while his mother is a more forgiving yet devout woman. Young Sheldon was forced to deviate from the established canon of the Big Bang Theory since George S.R.'s adultery would have been inconsistent with the character of George in the spin-off. According to Barber, George was able to transcend his role as the Big Bang show's Joker by manipulating Sheldon's memories. The only way the authors could have combined Sheldon's recollections from the Big Bang Theory with George's character from young Sheldon is with this retcon.